You're cruising down the highway at a comfortable 70 miles per hour. Windows slightly cracked to let in the warm afternoon breeze. Your favorite playlist hums through the speakers as the world blurs past in streaks of green and asphalt gray. The sun hangs low on the horizon, casting that blinding golden light directly into your eyes. Without a second thought, you reach up with your right hand and flip down the sun visor to shield yourself from the glare. You expect nothing more than the relief of shade, and perhaps a glimpse of your own reflection in the small vanity mirror. But instead of darkness and comfort, something enormous and heavy drops from behind the visor. It tumbles through the air in what feels like slow motion. The mass lands with a sickening weight directly onto your lap. In that split second, your brain struggles to process what your eyes are seeing. Resting on your thighs, with legs sprawled out in every direction, like the twisted branches of a dead tree, is a spider so massive that it covers the entire surface area of a dinner plate. Your hands instinctively jerk on the steering wheel. Pure animal panic floods your nervous system. Your heart rate explodes from a calm 70 beats per minute to over 150 in the span of 2 seconds. Your foot hovers uncertainly over the brake pedal as every muscle in your body screams conflicting commands. Stop the car immediately or keep moving forward. Stopping means being trapped inside this metal box with the creature. The spider doesn't remain still for even a moment. Its 8 legs move with an alien, mechanical precision as it begins to scuttle across your lap. Each movement causes its body to shift and adjust with a speed that seems impossible for something so large. You can feel the individual pressure points of its legs through the fabric of your jeans. Tiny pinpricks of contact that make your skin crawl with a revulsion so deep, it feels like your bones are trying to escape your body. The highway continues to rush past at deadly speeds. Other vehicles honk as your car begins to drift slightly into the adjacent lane. Your attention is no longer on the road, but entirely focused on the monstrous arachnid that has invaded your personal space. This is the Huntsman spider, scientifically known as Sparacidae. It holds the terrifying distinction of being the largest spider on Earth when measured by leg span. Some specimens reach sizes of up to 12 inches from the tip of one leg to the tip of the opposite leg. This creates a silhouette that rivals the circumference of a standard dinner plate. It makes the creature impossible to ignore or dismiss as a harmless house spider. Unlike the web-building spiders that most people are familiar with, Huntsman spiders are active hunters. They pursue their prey with remarkable speed and agility. These creatures can move sideways like a crab at velocities that reach up to 40 body lengths per second. This translates to a blur of motion that the human eye struggles to track accurately. These spiders have evolved to thrive in tight, compressed spaces. They can flatten their already low-profile bodies to an almost two-dimensional state. This allows them to squeeze into gaps and crevices that seem impossibly small for their size. This behavioral preference leads them to seek out locations like the gap behind a car's sun visor. The dark enclosed environment provides both shelter from predators and a strategic ambush point for catching insects. The huntsman's body is covered in fine, sensitive hairs that detect the slightest vibrations in the air. This gives it an almost supernatural awareness of its surroundings. It can react to threats or opportunities with lightning-fast reflexes that put human reaction times to shame. Its 8 eyes are arranged in 2 rows across its face. This provides it with an exceptionally wide field of vision. It helps the spider navigate complex environments and track movement from multiple angles simultaneously. The coloration typically ranges from mottled browns and grays to darker shades. This provides excellent camouflage against tree bark and car interiors. When one is hiding in your vehicle, it blends seamlessly with the shadows and textures of the upholstery, the dashboard, and the floor mats. It becomes effectively invisible until it decides to move or until you accidentally disturb its hiding place. Back in the car, the spider has now disappeared from your lap. This development somehow manages to be even more terrifying than when you could actually see it. Your peripheral vision caught the movement as it dropped down between your legs. It scurried with alarming speed underneath the driver's seat. The creature vanished into the dark mechanical underworld of pedals, cables, and seat adjustment rails. Your mind immediately begins generating horrifying scenarios as you maintain your speed on the highway. You imagine the spider crawling up the inside of your pant leg, or positioning itself directly on top of the brake pedal, where your foot will inevitably come crashing down on its body. This could potentially trigger a defensive bite, or it could cause you to recoil at the worst possible moment when you need to stop quickly. The psychological torture of not being able to see your opponent while being locked in this metal box with it creates a level of stress that few other situations can match. Your brain knows with absolute certainty that the threat is still present and nearby, but your eyes cannot confirm its location. This leaves you in a constant state of hypervigilance where every tiny sensation on your skin feels like it could be spider legs. You grip the steering wheel with white knuckles as sweat begins to bead on your forehead. Your eyes dart between the road ahead and the dark space beneath your seat. You're trying to catch even a glimpse of movement that would reveal the spider's position. Simultaneously, you're attempting to maintain control of a 2-ton vehicle traveling at speeds where even a small mistake could result in catastrophic consequences. The other drivers around you have no idea what you're experiencing inside your car. They simply see another vehicle on the highway. They're completely unaware that you're fighting a mental battle against primal fear. Every shadow under the dashboard seems to shift and move with sinister intent. The normal sounds of your car's engine and road noise become amplified in your heightened state of awareness. You jump at every small vibration or unexpected noise because it might signal the spider's next move. What many people do not realize is that while the Huntsman spider's venom is relatively harmless to humans, the real danger comes not from the spider itself, but from the human reaction to encountering one in a high-speed vehicle. The venom causes only minor localized pain, slight swelling, and occasionally some nausea in sensitive individuals. But the fear it triggers can be lethal. Statistical analysis of traffic incidents in regions where Huntsman spiders are common reveals a disturbing pattern, particularly in Australia, where these creatures are abundant. Accidents are caused not by mechanical failure or driver impairment, but by the sudden appearance of large spiders inside moving vehicles. Drivers have been documented swerving across multiple lanes of traffic, colliding with barriers, rear-ending other vehicles, and even flipping their cars entirely after encountering spiders while driving. Some incidents have resulted in serious injuries and fatalities that could have been entirely avoided if not for the panic response triggered by the arachnid. The physiological response to encountering a large spider is deeply rooted in human evolutionary psychology. Our ancestors, who maintained a healthy fear of potentially venomous creatures, had better survival rates than those who were indifferent to such threats. This led to the development of what psychologists call prepared learning. Humans are neurologically predisposed to develop fear responses to certain stimuli, including spiders, snakes, and other creatures that pose dangers throughout our evolutionary history. When this ancient fear response is activated in the modern context of driving a vehicle at highway speeds, the results can be deadly. The resulting flood of adrenaline, cortisol, and other stress hormones can override rational decision-making processes. Drivers react with the same fight-or-flight response that would have helped them escape a predator on the ancient savanna. But this response becomes actively dangerous when you're surrounded by other fast-moving vehicles and need to maintain precise control over your car's trajectory. Emergency responders and traffic safety officials in spider-prone regions have documented cases where drivers have abandoned their vehicles in the middle of highways, left cars running in dangerous positions, or caused multi-vehicle pileups all because of spider encounters. You finally manage to guide your car to the shoulder of the highway. You pull off onto the gravel emergency lane with hands still shaking and your heart pounding so hard you can feel it in your throat. As soon as the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you throw open the door. You practically launch yourself out onto the roadside. You put as much distance between yourself and the car as your legs will carry you in those first panicked seconds. Standing there on the side of the road with traffic roaring past just a few feet away, you turn back to look at your car. That familiar machine that has carried you safely through thousands of miles of travel now appears transformed into something sinister and threatening. It's a trap that contains an invisible enemy that could be anywhere within its interior. You begin a methodical search of the vehicle. You use your phone's flashlight to illuminate every corner and crevice, checking under both front seats, behind the pedals, inside the door pockets, beneath the floor mats. You even open the glove compartment and center console to ensure the spider hasn't relocated to one of these alternative hiding spots. Minutes turn into a quarter hour as you conduct an increasingly desperate investigation. You remove seat covers, press your face close to gaps and openings to get a better viewing angle. You even gently prod suspicious shadows with a long stick you found on the roadside. There's no chance you're putting your bare hands anywhere near a potential Huntsman hiding spot. Other drivers slow down as they pass. They're probably wondering why someone is conducting what appears to be a forensic examination of their car's interior on the side of a busy highway. But despite your thorough search, checking every location multiple times, and even removing the floor mats entirely to examine the carpet beneath, the spider remains unfound. It has seemingly vanished into thin air. Or more accurately, it has found a hiding spot so perfect that it's effectively invisible to your untrained eyes. The realization slowly settles over you like a cold blanket. You have two choices. Either abandon your car entirely and call for someone else to deal with the spider problem, or accept that the creature is still somewhere inside your vehicle and get back in to continue your journey. The spider has likely found refuge somewhere within the vehicle's ventilation system. It has crawled into one of the air conditioning vents where the network of ducts provides a perfect highway system throughout the car's entire structure. This allows it to move freely between different areas while remaining completely hidden from view.